So it's finally warming up this week, and we're happy to see it. Let's take a look ahead at what the summer has in store for us. Joining us now live, David Phillips, Senior Climatologist with Environment Canada. Good morning, David.
Hey, Christy, nice to join you in a different venue, but thank you so much.
That's right, I'm on TV this morning. You know, David, I couldn't help but think that the spring in Ottawa this year is kind of like that friend who's always running late, and you text them and you say, I'm at the restaurant, are you coming? Oh yeah, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. And yet you look out the window and that's not what we've been getting. Is this weather pretty unusual for May? Because it did feel a little colder and gloomier.
Well, it had certainly something unusual about it. You know, in the East, we were looking for summer. In the West, they had too much summer. I mean, too hot, too dry, too smoky, too long. And here we were just looking for, geez, give me a day above 30 degrees. You know, interestingly, Christy, May had the average temperature was right on normal, morning, noon, and night. You'd never know it, but there were no days above 30. I looked over the last 15 years in Ottawa. I only found 1 year where you didn't have a 30-degree temperature in May. Some years you have 4. Some years it gets up to 36 degrees. You had 28 degrees was the highest for one day. But it certainly was, and you know, the other thing, Christy, that really shocked me about it, when you crunch all the numbers, it wasn't wetter than normal. It was only about 3/4 of what you normally get. The problem was, it was like the water torture test. You had 20, I think there were 20 days with precipitation. You normally would get 13. So when it was raining, it was either raining or it was looking like rain. A lot of cloud, a lot of overcast. Some of the weekends were just awful, like this past weekend, where you didn't get temperatures are 7, 8 degrees cooler than normal and rain most of the time. The long weekend was kind of not a washout, but it was disappointing. So you really haven't had any sort of atmospheric gifts at all. And April was actually cooler than normal. So, hey, I think people are anxiously waiting for some pretty nice weather.
So we're finally hitting that 30-degree mark this week. What kind of heat is this? How would you characterize the days that are ahead?
Well, you know, Christy, I don't see any 30 degrees. I see coming close to it. Tomorrow could be the warmest day of the entire year so far. Get to 28, maybe a little higher. So kind of comfortable. What's interesting, though, Christy, about this week is that it's consistency. Not just, you know, three good days and then you're penalized with some return of the cold. It looks like every day in the mid to high 20s, so consistently warm. And even the precipitation, it's not, hey, there's days and we're calling for precipitation, but it's 30%. I don't even carry an umbrella for 30%. So it's not like a done deal. So I think this is a really great way this week of easing into summer, not coming all of a sudden and then you think, wow, where are my linens and my air conditioning doesn't work. I mean, it's kind of easing into it. So this is really good. No single-digit values that we've seen in May. Just nice, warm, easing into it, getting used to it, and so I think that this first week of June looks pretty good. Beyond that, Christy, I mean, our models are we're saying pretty consistent. We think June, July, and August are going to be warmer than normal. Now, we don't know how much warmer, but certainly we think that is the trend. And other forecasting services are agreeing with this. So, hey, we're going to be all right or all wrong. So I think this is going to be it's like it's going to be. We've waited for it. We've been patient, but I think it is coming. Now, precipitation, Christy, always as you know, always tough to get that right. Hard to get it right in one day, let alone two or 3 months. We think there's a tendency for a little bit wetter than normal this summer, which is a good combo. Because if it's going to be warmer than normal, you want more precipitation to keep everything nice and green. So that's sort of the kind of what we're looking at in the future. One thing, Christy, that we can't tell you is severe weather. And the definition or the defining of summer in the Ottawa Valley, we've had a lot of tornadoes in recent years. Last year we had some real rain gushers with major flooding and real costs involved. So that we can't see in the seasonal forecast. We just know that we get our share of severe weather. So, hey, enjoy the summer, but keep an eye on the sky, as I always say.
Thanks so much for this, David.
Thank you, Christy.